So I'll tell you something I really like about Habitat. I like a lot of things about it because it doesn't just help a family, but it does a lot more than that. I mean, when you think of those 170 volunteers, they came from everywhere. You know, there's a lot of dissension in society right now, and this, we think we're two nations, but we're not. You know, on a Habitat build, you'll get people that are Republicans and Democrats and Independents. You'll get Baptists, Lutherans, Catholics, but you get people, all sorts of people. People that are motivated by their faith, or people that are maybe even agnostic, but they think they're humanists, where they think that, hey, wait, this is good, because it is good. It helps everybody. You know, there's not a lot of new construction going on in Fergus Falls, but think about this: half of the houses in Fergus Falls were built before 1950. Okay, so most people, well, half the people are living in those homes. Your home is going to go on helping Fergus Falls and multiple families for generations. It's not just your family. There's going to be a family after you and a family after you. And everybody that helped build this house helped do that. And at the same time, we brought people together. We built community with people that might be different politically, might have different ideas about social justice or what faith means. In the end, they all pick up a hammer and they all help their neighbor. And I think that's cool. And you know, what we've done now, like I said, it's going to last 100 years. And it's going to keep helping family after family. It's my first, what do they call us, soup to nuts. So that was fun. That was exciting. So for someone that's not a construction guy, the best part was having Bob Nordick, who's done it all his life. So, you know, anything, issues would come up. I'd get excited, and Bob wouldn't be excited at all, because he already knows the answers, and he'd be very calm. He says, well, we can do this or that, so he has solutions to all the build problems. So the great thing about having a construction manager, obviously, professional, is you know it's all going to be done right. I mean, he's got the code memorized, knows how to do it. So I mean, that was the best part, the easiest part. So just making sure that Bob had the things he needed, that he needed materials when he needed them, volunteers when he needed them. Everything's a fine line. You can't have too many volunteers because you're tripping over each other. But if you don't have enough, you know, things don't get done. So it's a balancing act. So I just went to the state conference where we had all the Habitat affiliates, and actually it's $117,000 is the average house. So the cost for construction is that, and so, you know, that's quite a bit of money to build. And at the same time, the organization has to operate. And you know, some of that gets defrayed. The Home Depot donations, Ed Newman Jr. helping, Vector Windows. But all that means is that we have more money than for the next house, and we can build earlier. That's the good thing about being able to defray the cost, like the lot. You know, that wasn't a cost this time, but that's the only lot we had. And so now I've just purchased 2 lots. They both cost several $1,000s. One was $9,000 and one was $5,000. It was a tax forfeiture property. So we got a couple lots, but if you have to start adding in $10,000 for a lot, you know, I think the money thing is the hardest thing. The hardest thing. But so far, I think the last 2 years it's been good. We've gotten, for instance, about $50,000 in grants this year. Those grants came in, and a lot of that money went directly right into the house. So we do get some grant money. We do have a few major donors. We do have, like I said, Home Depot who helps us. That's kind of how it's done. And any money we save, that helps us just to exist and then to build the next house. So you know, the more established affiliates do end up owning their buildings, owning property as a nonprofit. And so that would be one of my goals, is to try to create that permanent identity here in Fergus Falls. You know, we don't know how long we'll be here. This used to be Steve's cycle. Steve's getting up there in age, and he's getting ready to sell this place. And so I don't know what that'll do to our future, what it will mean for us. But finding a permanent home, I think, matters if we want to be a permanent fixture in Fergus Falls, which I want to. I mean, that's what I want. I think that's what my board wants. I think that's what's good for the community. But now, you know, a lot of work to get there. So.